Hello friends, welcome to Release and Renew. I'm so excited for this. It's been a while. Yeah, welcome to my room. It's a little too cold right now for me to be doing yoga out in the backyard. So grab your stuff, grab your props, come on in, settle yourself in. This is a little different than what we've done in the past where I've just gone live and then I've cued the entire time I'm doing the sequencing. There are just some audio issues and sometimes they cut out. We tried the headset and just all kinds of different stuff. So what I've done this time is recorded it, and then I'm using that lovely app, Music for Meditation. I know I've shared that in the group. I'll share it again in the comments. So if you guys want to download that, it's just an instrumental. There's a bunch of different music in there. So we'll be listening to me doing the cueing and then doing yoga together. So come on in, get yourself in. I'll get this going. Hopefully the sound transfers well. I don't know if anybody is on here. Give me a little comment once we get this going and let me know that the sound sounds good. Hello to Arkansas from California. Welcome. Let's get this moving, and then you can certainly give me the A-OK on this sound here. Y'all hear that okay?
Hello friends, and welcome to Release and Renew. The intention of this yoga sequencing is to release the weight of the worries that we carry and to pick up some renewed energy. The benefits of Ashtanga yoga include detoxifying and ensuring the smooth functioning of the body, realigning the spine, and building strength, stamina, and flexibility, especially in the upper body and the core. Take this moment to gather any props that you might need, anything that's going to be beneficial for the success of your practice, such as a block or a strap, pillow or blanket, towel, water. Finding your comfortable seat, begin to come into your space. Please take rest in whatever pose is calling you throughout this practice whenever you need it. It's about an hour-long continual movement. And throughout the practice, whenever we come back to our breath, focus on the mantra, release and renew, continuing to come back to the healing process throughout our practice together. We will intentionally move stuck energy and emotions in the neck, the shoulders, and the chest, moving through to our core, our hips, and our knees, all while creating space for healing and growth through mindful movements, intentional breath, and reciting mantra. The intention of this sequence is to alleviate some of that pressure that we put upon ourselves and release the pressures that we pick up from others. We'll do this by unleashing the blocked blood flow through yoga movements and allowing more clean oxygenated blood to flow and circulate throughout the body and the brain. Coming into your easy seat, staying in your breath. There isn't anything to change in this moment. We'll be starting at the top and working our way through our body, beginning by connecting to the breath and relaxing the face. Begin to bring a softness to the brow. Relax the jaw. may even feel nice to close your eyes while we continue and do some neck rotations. Adding the rotation to your neck. Rotating side to side, forward and backward. Allow this opportunity to release anything that's stuck in this area and needs to be let out. We carry a lot of stress in our neck. Sometimes it's from not communicating clearly or from repressed self-expression. It may feel good to add additional sound as you're breathing and exhaling, continuing to release and renew. Now bringing the hands in front of you into a gentle fist, we'll do some wrist rotations. So begin rotating. Our hands and our wrists work so hard for us. Let's take this moment and give them some additional gratitude. And switching direction. From here, we'll go into a wrist extension and the fingers. Bring the hand out as if to do a high five. Use your other hand to pull your fingers back toward yourself. Rolling the shoulder blades down a little bit if you can. And then relax and release and switch to do the other side. High five, and then grab your fingers and pull towards yourself. Releasing the shoulders and releasing down. We'll come in to some shoulder rolls. We've all heard the saying, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Allow yourself this moment to let that go. Rotating and releasing, and then switch direction and rotate the other way. Releasing anything else that is tense and tight in this area. From here, we'll go into a little bent elbow variation, going a little bit deeper in the releasing. Bring the hands up onto the shoulders and rotate the elbows in towards your center and then up and back, loosening any tension held in the middle of the back. Continuing to breathe. And then switch and rotate in the opposite direction, bringing the elbows back and behind you and then up and over. From here, relax the arms down and we'll add in a deltoid stretch. We do this by bringing one arm across the chest and using the other arm to pull it across and toward your center. Release any feelings in the hand or the wrist. You might find an additional neck roll as you continue releasing anything stuck in this upper area. Relax and release, and we'll do the other side. Bringing the arm out in front of you and then pulling it across. Stretching out anything that's lingering in this area. Might add that neck stretch in. As we prepare for our extensions and our twists, drop the arms down. Coming into our seated side bend, we'll continue opening up the chest even further by reaching up and over to each side. Allowing the breath to be the stretch. Plant the left hand, inhale, reach the right hand up, and on the exhale, lean the body over toward the left opening up the rib cage along the right side. And relax and come back to center. Planting the right hand now, send the left arm up on the inhale, and then lean over toward the right side, allowing that full deep breath to open up the left side completely. Relaxing back to center, come back to the breath, release and renew. Sometimes emotions get stuck in the upper and middle portion of our back. Side bends and twists are really good for opening up and releasing what's trapped in this area. Coming into our twist, bring the right hand to the left knee. As you breathe, allow your breath to become the twist as you look over and toward your left shoulder. Take this moment to wring out anything that is not serving you anymore. And relax and come back to center. Then we'll do the other side. Left hand comes to right knee. Let go of anything that is stored up on this side. Release, relax, and renew. Coming back to center, we're going to find rest now in tabletop position. Coming onto all fours, you may want to double up your mat for added support here. Knees are under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Come back to your breath. Find relaxation in this moment, or come back to this pose anytime during the practice. Adding in some figure eights and some hip circles if that feels good in your body. Women especially tend to hold on to a lot in our hips, so allow yourself this time to open it up and roll it out. Coming in to take a few cat-cows, opening up the spine and connecting back to the breath. On the exhale, drop the chin to the chest. Inhale, open up, look up, lift up. Find your own flow in this cat-cow. What does your body want right now? How can you move in a way that brings relief and release to your body? Moving out anything else, let's come back to find rest in wide child's pose. Opening up the hips and the knees as much as necessary. Find comfort with the arms extended out and forward. Allowing yourself to take rest and stretch at the same time. Let's take a few breaths here. Maybe letting go of any insecurities or powerlessness as we prepare our mind for our sun salutations. Gather your breath and meet me back up at the top of the mat. We'll begin with Uttanasana. So from mountain pose, ground into that mantra, release and renew. And on the next inhale, bring the arms forward and up in front of you, allowing the hands to come together in prayer position at the top. Lowering the hands down. Bend the knees and the hips and come into a forward fold. Hands can be on a block or shins to come up into a halfway lift. Exhale back to release anything and everything into that forward fold, and slowly work your way back up, one vertebrae at a time, to mountain pose. Release. And we can do Uttanasana again, or you can come in for a full Surya Namaskar, which includes the plank, cobra, and downward dog. From mountain pose, inhale, swooping the arms back, wide, and up into extended mountain pose. Look up, extend the length in your spine. Exhaling, hinging the hips, bending the knees however much is necessary to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down, hands come to ground into plank. Stay here on plank for one more breath, and then lower down to take cobra or sphinx. Lift the hips into downward dog and walk those hands or feet back up into that halfway lift. Forward fold and make your way back up into mountain pose. Remembering anytime anything becomes too intense, you can take rest in any pose that feels good. I could be coming back here to mountain pose, or maybe it's tabletop or child's pose. Preparing to come into our lunge sequence. Step the right leg back into a high runner's lunge and bring the hands to hips to find balance. Adjusting the hips to make sure that they're forward facing. Come back to your breath. Come back to the mantra. If it feels good, bring the arms up into an extension on the next inhale. Exhale, no matter where you are, we're going into an open twist. Bring the arms open and out. Right arm comes back. Left arm extends forward into our open twist. Breathe in the openness of this pose and release anything in this moment. And bringing the hands back up into that extension, we'll exhale into a revolve twist this time. Right arm comes forward and left arm extends back, letting go of anything remaining in this moment. On the exhale, we're going to swoop our hands forward and down and come into a low runner's lunge. Hands can come down to be on blocks or the mat. Begin to open up any tension that's being held in the hips by rotating and lifting to the level of your comfort. Dropping the right knee down, we're going into our low lunge and twist series. Hands can be on blocks or the hips or come up onto the left knee. Coming back to the breath, release and renew. On the next inhale, raise the arms up and into an extension. Exhale, going into a revolved low lunge. Right arm comes forward, left arm goes back. Hold here for another breath. Then inhale the arms up into our extended, and we'll exhale into the open twist. Send the left arm forward, right arm extends back, opening the arms wide and in opposite directions. Breathing deep into the openness of this pose. Now swoop the right arm down and bring the left arm up, further opening up the chest and releasing anything else that's hanging on. We'll transition and do our other side by coming into plank and a downward dog, or any other way that you can make your way back to mountain pose. Catching our breath.
Coming back to our mantra. Step the left leg back and high into high runner's lunge. Hands come to hips to find balance and adjusting the hips to make sure they're forward facing. Bring the arms up into our extension and we'll open into our high lunge open pose. Left arm back, right arm forward. Breathe in the openness of this pose. We'll transition through that extension, inhaling up, exhaling into the revolved left arm comes forward, right arm goes back. Bring out anything left, holding on in this moment. Swoop the hands down in front of you, coming down into that low lunge. Begin to open up the hips and the legs, adding that rotation. Releasing anything as we come down to drop the left knee into our low lunge series. Hands can be on the blocks or they can come up to the right knee. Coming back to the breath. Preparing the body for more twists. Release and renew. On the next inhale, raise the arms up into an extension. Exhaling, we'll go into our revolve twist. Left arm comes forward, right arm comes back. Continuing to open up the chest and the heart. Hold here for another breath. Then inhale, arms up into our extension. And we'll exhale into the open twist. Send the right arm forward, left arm back. Opening the arms wide and in opposite directions. Breathing deep into the openness of this pose. Swoop the left arm down, bring the right arm up. Further opening up the chest and releasing anything that's hanging on in this moment. Come into transition, find your way back to front of mat, either through plank and downward dog or any other way that you can get there. Let's find a moment of pause in our power pose. Feel the earth supporting and holding you. We're going to continue working on balance and our core strength. From mountain pose, we're going into chair pose. Reach up on the inhale. Exhale, sit back into chair. Hold here for a few breaths. Hands can be lifted on the hips or supporting the lower back. Whatever feels good. Inhale, come back, release. Catching our breath, we're going right into revolved chair pose. Inhale up. On the exhale, we'll go right, bringing the left elbow into the right knee. Exhale, come back to stand, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Inhale up, exhale, bring the right elbow to the left knee. Come on back to stand. Come back to your breath. We're going to continue working on our balance by taking tree pose.
If you need a prop to gain balance, utilize that now, whether it's a chair, wall, or other piece of sturdy furniture. Inhale, bring the right knee up, and then open the hip if you can, and find your stable tree pose. Foot can be at the ankle, the calf, or the thigh. Just always avoid putting pressure on the knee. Hands can be up on the prop, on the hips, or extended. Bring that leg gently down and shake out the ankles and the legs a little bit. And what we do on one side, we want to balance out on the other. So on the next inhale, bring the left knee up and then open up the hip, finding your stable tree pose. Foot can be anywhere but on the knee. Hands wherever you feel supported. Bringing the leg gently down. Shake out the ankles. Shake out the legs. Come back to that mantra. Release and renew. We're going to find our way down to the mat, onto our stomach. Do this through a sun salutations. You can take either one of the ones that we did earlier, the Uttanasana or the Surya Namaskar, or you can just find your way down to mat as we prepare for our back bends. From mountain pose, inhale up into that extended, look up, extend the length. Exhaling, hinging the hips, bending the knees as much as necessary into that forward fold. Come up into the halfway lift. And exhale, release all the way down. Plank it back all the way down to the mat. Take rest here for a moment as we prepare for back bends. Keeping the arms and the shoulders in tight, low cobra. Lift up the chest with the breath. Roll the shoulders back. Hold here for another breath. And release. Extending the arms out, lift up the chest, coming up onto your elbows into Sphinx, expanding the breath. Holding here for another moment. And release. Release the neck the opposite direction. Elevating this expansion, let's come up into upward facing dog. Inhale, come all the way up, elbows extended, hips off the mat. Exhale, release anything that's still lingering in this moment. Can stretch out anything else that's hanging out by taking a downward dog in this moment. And let's find our way down to bound angle pose. Come back to the breath. Come back to our mantra. Release and renew. You may want to add a little butterfly movement or a forward fold if your body wants that additional stretch today. And from here we'll go to head to knee pose. So extending the left leg out, right foot comes to inner left thigh. You can grab your strap if you'd like that for the extension and go toward the left leg into that forward fold. Nose toward toes. Relax and release anything else that's hanging out here. Opening up. Relax and release. We're going to transition into half Lord of the Fishes. We'll do that by bringing the right foot up and over the left leg. The left elbow comes to the right knee as you take another twist, looking behind yourself, opening up, letting go of anything else that's hanging on in the lower back. Relax and release. Come on into staff pose. Bring both legs extended out forward in front of you. You can take an extra extension or a forward fold if that feels good. And then send your right leg out. Bring the left foot to right inner thigh. Grabbing that strap or that prop if you need that for the extension. And send that toes, the nose toward the toes. Relax and release, and coming into that Lord of the Fishes, bring the left foot over the right leg. Right elbow comes over to the left knee and you take that twist. Wringing out and letting go of anything else hanging out in the lower back here. Relax and release. Come back to staff position. Both legs out extended. And let's give our ankles some love. Maybe you do a rotation or a paddling back and forth. Whatever feels good for your ankles and your legs in this moment. Coming up for another extension, activating the core. Inhale up and allow yourself to forward fold, allowing your arms to fall where they will. You can bring in a strap if you'd like to assist in the forward fold. You can bend the knees if that feels good. Relax the neck. Relax the need to reach a certain destination. Just be in this moment. And let everything go and slowly make your way onto your back. We'll bring our knees to our chest. Can do a little rotation or a rocking if that feels good in your body. Coming back to the breath, release and renew. Bring the feet to plant on the ground and prepare the body for supine pigeon. Bring the right foot up to the left thigh. Allow yourself this time to release any tension that's hanging out. Can add additional pressure to the knee, pushing it down a little bit if that feels good, opening it up a little bit further. And relax the legs down, and we'll repeat on the other side. Bring the left foot up to the right thigh, allowing either gravity to move the knee towards ground, or you can add a gentle push on the knee to continue opening up the hip flexors. Relax the leg down, and we'll go into our final twist. Bringing the knees to either side, you can add a block or blanket, pillow between or under the knees if that adds additional comfort. The arms can be wherever they lay, either fully extended or cactus arms. And if you want to deepen this stretch, you do that by sending your gaze opposite direction that your knees have fallen. Releasing anything else in this final twist. And what we do on one side, we always do on the other. So bring the knees up and over to the other side. Finding rest here. Extending that gaze in opposite directions if you want that additional stretch. Let's relax all the way down. come into a full body stretch. Take any additional movement that your body is calling for in this movement. Arms up, fully stretching, releasing anything else. You can find rest either here in corpse pose, or you can bring the knees up in constructive rest, or they can be open and together in supine bound angle. Whatever feels good, whatever feels right in your body in this moment. You can put a blanket underneath the shoulders or a pillow or bolster under the knees if that additional support feels good. Find comfort and allow your body to catch up to all the processing that you just did. All of the releasing that just happened. All of the renewing that's currently happening. Continuing to breathe in this moment. Give yourself a little appreciation for showing up, everything you did during this practice. Allow your body to soak in all of that rejuvenated blood flow. Enjoying this moment, serenity, connection between heart and mind and body. Allowing yourself to take rest for another moment. Let go of anything else that's hanging on in this moment. Begin to bring a little awareness back to your body, a little bit of movement. You can stay laying down, or you can slowly come back to sit. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. Embrace the newness. I always appreciate your comments and your likes. It's always nice to know how you guys are doing. Any questions that you have, feel free to send those along. I look forward to growing in practice with you. Stay well, friends.
I hope
Music
that's
is from a great app called Music for Meditation. I'll be sure to include that in any areas where I post this. This is one of maybe a dozen different instrumentals. I find it great for yoga and for my personal meditation practice. I hope that you've enjoyed it.
Thank you, friends, for showing up, for yourself, for being here in this moment, or for watching the replay. I see your question, how cold is it? It's like 42 degrees, which is like mega cold for California. I'm freezing my buns off. I know a lot of y'all are like, whatever, it's winter, but man, I'm spoiled. Good morning. I hope you enjoyed. So I will upload this into the YouTube if you guys are not attached in that avenue as well. I've been taking these videos and feeding them into the YouTube. You can find me on YouTube at Saundra An, so it's just my name, and then you can find me there. It has all of that and the kids yoga series too. And we'll get working on something else. I'd love to know what you thought about pulling that in with the recording. It was so problematic with the audio issues. It was really bumming me out. You know, work so hard to work with you and come live and then have that, you know, flare up. So hopefully that worked out and the sound sounds good and it came in good and clear. I hope you feel rejuvenated. I know I definitely do. I've got a ton of energy now. So hopefully you do too. That's the hope. That's the goal. Let go of those things that weigh you down and keep you from being your best self, and pick up some renewed energy and log on anytime. That's the easier way to catch up. See you guys soon. Ciao.